Welcome back. With me right now from United Mutual is Maggie Blackwell, and she is, of course, the secretary on that board, but she also is involved with many of the committees. And today we are talking about the Handyman Services Program. We're going to talk about a couple other things, but this is the main focal point today.
Right. We've been working on the Handyman Services for a couple of years, and we finally decided to go right ahead. We checked everything out, and they've stocked the supplies and so on and so on, and selected the people who will be working. And they have a brochure which is hot off the press, so hot that we're the first ones to have.
All right.
So they have a brochure now for it. You can go sign up now in the community center. It isn't that your year will start from now. It will start from whenever they figure the first day will be, probably in June sometime.
Okay, got it.
And so you can go down like I did this couple of days ago, and you can get brochure. Those will be available and probably online, maybe starting even today. And you'll get the Handyman Services Description Services list, which is these 2 pages long. It's hard to read it and then think of something they've missed.
Yeah.
So there are many things covered on it, all kinds, and they're specific to alterations and so on. All normal processes and things covered by United are still covered by United under your regular maintenance program.
Okay.
So you won't be billed for that. These are for things that are on alterations or just something that you want done in your unit. And so these are not United responsibility things, but they are yours. But rather than have you spend, $25 to $75
Right.
an hour on a handyman, we decided to do what the other leisure worlds are doing, which is have a handyman service done by a couple of our guys. Will be doing this, so they know the village.
Okay.
When you call up for this service, and you tell them what you want done that day or what you want scheduled, they have the screen which has all your alterations on it. So they can pretty much tell you when you call whether it'll be an alteration and fit under the Handyman Services, or if it's standard and you don't know it's standard, they'll tell you that it's standard. No, United is covering this.
Okay.
And so there won't be any question. And if we're talking about something new that you want put up, something new that you want installed, then you have to supply whatever it is that's new. For example, you want a new lamp hung or something like that, you have to supply it. We don't have it.
Okay.
So
a couple questions I have. I'm looking down the list here, and on the inside page of the brochure is the listing of all the different services. And one of them I was looking at that I don't know if you can clarify, but when I go down the list, it says general electric services and general plumbing services. And I'm curious how far that goes. I mean, if someone comes in and, has some big electrical need, even if it's on an alteration, that's something that they may or may not be able to do. Is there parameters there?
right, well, it's what you have is 3 visits a month.
Okay.
For 2 hours each. And so you're limited to the time. So if you have a big project you want to install some great big huge thing in your ceiling of lights or something, they'll have to discuss with you how much time they can work on it that month and so on. So it may or may not. This is for you to work out with them according to your special need.
Okay.
But
to the point when they may turn around and go, you know what, you need an actual electrician to come in here and do this
exactly.
project.
This is too big a job for us.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is kind of a handyman thing, not an electrical engineer.
Right. Okay.
Right.
All right. Very good.
So it should be good, and you sign this sheet. You'll get this sheet. Either you can print it up online pretty soon, or you can go down and get it like I got last week, and sign it and give them a check or cash.
Okay.
So no credit cards for this year.
Okay.
check or cash. And your year will start whenever the program starts, because we're signing up a little early before the program starts. After June, once the program starts, a person can sign up anytime.
Right.
And then their year begins from the day they sign up and pay.
Okay.
So that's how it goes. The years will mostly be individualized.
Okay. All right. And I want to also emphasize that if you see this brochure out there, keep in mind that at this point, this is for United. And for those of you watching in third, that's not who this brochure is for.
That's
this is
right.
for United.
That's right. Third,
Okay.
third is waiting and watching.
Yeah, they're still working on their program.
Right.
All right, very good.
Okay. And the next thing is we had our budget meeting for landscape last week and for M&C, but I'm talking about landscape now. We did our version 1 of the landscape budget. This is where we take the standards from last year and the guesstimates of what it will cost for next year. Various things change each year, and so this is their plan right now. And then we suggested, and we do suggest throughout the process, to maybe put a little more emphasis on this, and let's squeeze this category a little bit so we can do this.
Okay.
And with landscape, people want the same landscape. They don't want to cut the services on landscape. A lot of people feel that we're barely making the service level now. So this estimate was only 6% over the 2018 budget. So it's not a high rising budget. It is affected by certain things, but not greatly on any one item. So we're short 12 landscapers in United and Third. We're short 12. That's one full team. So that's why it's a little slow to get the rotation around. We don't get them around as fast as we can because we needed another team. And so we're hiring, but people are not applying. So if you know someone who's interested in working on landscape, give them a shout and let them know that we're interested.
Okay.
Some of these items, like slope maintenance, we're going to do a little bit extra or more on slope maintenance next year than we did this year. This year we kept it pretty low. But slope maintenance is something that we can maybe hire an outside company that does part-time workers.
Okay.
And so that will be a savings for us because we can't get full-time workers to fill in for that much. And we can cover the slope maintenance, or at least a lot of it, with part-time workers. And that will give us a little edge at moving some of our people back into the regular routines.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Now, the one thing that is going to grow this year, this is our tree year. Now, last year was Third's tree year. Every United and Third share the tree crews and the tree services. GRF supplies all the equipment and stuff, but United and Third share that service from using the GRF services. We emphasize doing certain trees are listed as, now with the arbitros, certain trees are very important to do, and we will do those more often and so on. And certain trees we will delay, but this is our major tree year. We'll be doing a lot. Oh yes, there they go again. We saw them last time.
Yeah.
These guys are working hard. See, this is obviously tree removal.
Yes.
And our trees are very tall, and they are 50 years old.
Right, right.
And sadly, our number of trees that is reaching the age of sayonara is increasing. But they're going to take this tree down. I mean, they have to take it down a piece at a time. You wouldn't do this kind of cutting on this kind of tree. It would be too old. If we severely cut an old tree, we can shock it so and kill it.
You're right.
Or
right.
we badly shape it, and then we have no use having it there anyway.
Yeah.
It's so badly shaped. So we have to be very, very careful with old trees. See, the one beside the building
Yeah.
is also quite old, but it's in good shape and it'll be fine. But this one clearly had to go. Look at it, it's one stick left. So I always like the tree trimming ones. They're so dramatic.
Yeah.
And you can see them on the ropes sometimes.
Yeah.
On the golf course, we can watch them working with the ropes. So that's very exciting. Now, a couple of other things about the maintenance for landscape. We have several divisions. Lawn maintenance is one division, shrub bed is another, slope maintenance I mentioned, the trees is another, that comes out of the reserves. There are chargeable services and pest control. Now, something under pest control I didn't know. All landscape bees are now considered Africanized bees, and those are the stinger bees, you know? And so we do not try to save and move these hives. The instruction is to kill the bees and remove them. We do not touch, landscape does not touch any bees that are not in the landscape. We don't go to the carports or the homes. That's an M&C, a maintenance issue. We deal with the bees that are out on the golf course or in United, you know, in the trees or in the grass or bushes or wherever. But we are not, somebody was very upset with me a couple of weeks ago, and they said, they're killing the bees, they're not saving them, they should be saving them and moving them. Well, that's not the rule any longer in California. Now that we have Africanized bees, we don't want to save those, encourage those. So when they hive up and cause us trouble, we are supposed to get rid of them. And that's the way that is. The other thing I wanted you to know is that the mowing, people get really excited about them. Oh, hey, look at this grass, how they miss this grass, how they miss this grass, you know. They're going so fast and whatever. Couple of things about mowing. If the grass is wet or the ground is damp, the mower is going to make ruts in the grass.
Right.
It's a fairly heavy machine. It's going on what is then soft turf. And so it's going to make those things, and there will be a little drag over on the sidewalk when they have to do it. They can't slow down and avoid that, because that'll make their ruts even deeper. So they have to go a certain speed. It's quite a balancing program. But we have to do that, and alas, like golfers know, golfers throughout the USA hate kikuyu. Well, in California, we love kikuyu because it grows so well and it's so sturdy in our climate. But kikuyu has now found our landscaping areas, and it's throughout the areas. And when we reseed, we certainly don't reseed with kikuyu. We reseed with a grass that stands straight up. Kikuyu is the little webby one that grows around everywhere.
I know that because that's in my yard.
That's right.
It gets into everything.
It gets into everything. It's very sturdy and hardy and whatever, but when you cut it, it has a totally different appearance when it's finished cutting than the other grass. And people say, oh, look, they missed that spot or something. Well, it's because of the difference of the grass, and kikuyu grows very fast, and it's not as attractive as the other grasses that they seed in, which are much more attractive. But we don't have the crews, and we certainly don't have the funds to tear out all that kikuyu. My goodness, that would be an impossible tour.
It really is. I remember when we had our landscaping done in our yard many years ago, and really good landscapers came up, and I asked them about kikuyu grass in the front yard, and he said the tap roots can go down 20 feet, and you would have to really put poison on your lawn for about 2-3 weeks to maybe, and he said maybe eradicate it, but he goes, it's nearly impossible.
Right. So it's just really something.
Yeah, it grows through cement.
Basically. Oh, I mean, Kurt Ron.
Yeah, I remember that photo
last year had
of the
one
post.
growing on top of the post, and one thinks, where did that come from?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Golfers know what it's like. it bounces the club, and
Yeah,
it's
it does.
too strong for the club.
Yeah.
We have, so miscellaneous tasks are fallen branches, debris, and so on, Christmas trees and things, sandbags, storm preparation, all of those. That's a whole division. So we're trying to, carport cleaning, we've turned over completely to M&C, which is where it always belonged. A carport is not a landscape item, so it doesn't grow.
Right.
So resident chargeable services, this is when you give up your yellow stake area, or you move into a house that, a unit that has owner done landscape, and you move in and you say, no, this has to go. That's a chargeable service, which is great for us. You think it's even for even. However, all the chargeable services are performed by our landscaping staff. So we pull somebody off teams to go do these chargeable services. So although we break out even financially on it, the rotation gets slower when we do those things. So if we work at a plan to plant something in your yard because you're turning it over, you say, I'd like to do a more California style landscape and whatever, then that takes somebody off of his rotation.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to protect this year, is to protect the rotation. We need our people where we need them, when we need them. We could use more people, a few supervisors and more guys on the crew. And we are advertising to colleges and things like that for part-time workers, and we'll see what we get.
All right.
So there are a lot of things, but we have, so this was our first meeting. Our next meeting on the budget will be July 12th.
Okay.
And then we have one on August 9th, and then September 11th is the final one for the board. So you have plenty of time to observe and come look and see and to listen. The landscape meeting is June 14th. It's 2 days, it's a day or so, 2 days after the United meeting. So it's Thursday the 14th at 9 a.m. And we'll be talking a little bit about pesticides and so on.
All right, very good. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Remind everyone that you can sign up for the Handyman program now if you're in United. And then you'll be notified when the program officially starts.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. We'll be right back. Yeah,